Hi guys, welcome to our day 4 of memory challenge. And today it's all about remembering study information and how we can learn from reading material. So this time I have prepared a little slide for you and let me share that with you. So here it is. Where do we start? So first of all, we start approaching any study information by getting into right physical and mental state. So as we already know that stress already has quite bad effect on us and our memory and how we respond to the environment, then of course it is in our interest to get into that safety. And we can do that easily by simply altering our physical state, by having relaxed shoulders, having deep abdominal breathing, just relaxing your jaw, back of your neck, and just being nice and comfortable. Peripheral vision, it's something that can give our brain more boost, more capacity, just simply by activating certain different areas of the brain. So it's again practicing of getting into that state of having maximum awareness of surroundings around you, and then at the same time, with that awareness, focusing on the material. When you're getting ready to study, it's important that you do that in familiar environment that is not stressful, it's not disturbing for you in any way, and that you avoid all possible distractions. You switch off all of the phones, all of the Facebook pages, so you can really concentrate on what it is that you are doing. Because it takes a lot of effort for us to come back to what it is that we are working on once we get distracted. And then again, approaching the study information with that positive mindset of what it is that you are going to learn, what it is that you want to learn, and setting right goals and intentions for ourselves. So when you think of goals and intentions, what is it exactly that you want to learn? Why do you need to learn overall? So having this big picture of why do you need to study? And then how does it fit? How does the specific material that you have in front of you fit into the bigger picture? So trying to get specific goals and intentions for your material that you have in front of you. What it is exactly that you would like to get out of it? And maybe forming some questions for yourself that you can then intend to answer by studying further. So once you decided what it is exactly that you need to achieve, it's important that we go through the material and pre-qualify whether the book, material, any other form of information that you have in front of you actually fit your requirements. Because if not, then we shouldn't be wasting our time. And how much of that, if it does answer that question, how much of that you really need to read? Most of the time, we tend to read everything from first page to the last. And we are afraid that if we don't read everything, we're going to skip some very important information. But the thing is, if we find a way to work with information in a right way by looking at summary, introduction, by looking at the beginnings and endings of each chapter, you can pick and choose what it is exactly that you need to read. Because most likely is that around 20% of information in any book or any lecture will most likely cover 80% of your answers to your questions. So it's more efficient way to work that way. And I'm sure you all know this Pareto rule of 20-80, and you could really apply that efficiently to your studying. Because again, if you are trying to cram in too much information and you read everything, our mind and our conscious attention cannot possibly take in all of this. So it's much wiser for us to choose and pick only that information that is more valid and that is more important for us. So once you've chosen your materials, then we need to choose our reading style. And there is the approach that I created while running Mind Boost course, and part of that course includes photo reading. So crawling or bookworm reading, that would be our usual everyday reading, the type that we are taught to read at school, letter by letter, word by word, sentence by sentence, everything from the beginning to the end, slowly crawling line to line. Then the next level, different way of reading, would be jumping bug. So that would be all the speed reading techniques. So there are a lot of different strategies of how you can actually read and pick and choose information from one place to another. So you don't actually need to read absolutely everything. You can jump and skip and pick and choose what it is exactly that you need. And in my Mind Boost course, I'm teaching all of that information and strategies that we can put that in practice of how exactly we can use that if you would like to. And then flying beetle, that would be the photo reading. So if you can imagine the bug flying above the page and seeing it all in one big photographic image and taking all of that information in one go. So that is the photo reading skill, which again, it's an amazing tool for us to learn and read with your subconscious mind rather than consciously reading. Okay, so when we read, one way to put important things into our memory is by taking notes. So if we set for ourselves right questions at the very beginning while we're setting our intentions, then our notes can simply be only answers to those questions. If you're taking notes, use colors, images, symbols. If you can write on the book that you're reading and write your comments there, highlight, it's great because it will help you to review. But if not, then of course you can use sticky notes, markers, and just write your comments on separate pieces of paper. When you take notes, don't just copy material. Reframe it in your own words. So this way, your brain is processing information and it helps to link it to the things that you already know. So you will be more likely to remember that way rather than just copying white and black. Once you read it, make intention to use that information. So you can tell somebody else about it. You can even plan to teach somebody else about it. There's no any better way of understanding the material if you need to, other than teaching somebody to it. Again, don't believe everything you read. Question it. Is it right? Is it wrong? And not necessarily right or wrong, but just how does it fit in overall picture of things that you already know? Create different mind maps and rhizome maps with drawings, and you can see visually how ideas connect to each other, so you can learn that way. Most of the information that we learn is lost very quickly. So our memory is very fragile once it's first implanted into our brain. So we need to review the material and actively recall it to embed that into long-term memory. So it's all very well if we need to remember it only for the short period of time, so we can just cram in a lot of information, but in the long term, those memories are gonna be lost. So to put that in a long-term memory, it's important to review at specific time. So you can set yourself reminders, and once you read the information, leave it and come back to it and review after 1 hour, then next day, then after 1 week, after 1 month, And then finally, you can just review around 3 to 6 month time. Now, when you're reviewing, it's important that you don't just look at your notes and leave them again, that you practice active recall. And the best way to do that is by using flashcards. You could actually use flashcards while taking notes and even when setting intentions. So when you have specific intention of what is it that you would like to learn, you could take envelope, write your intention on that, and then take a set of flashcards, and on one side of the flashcards you will write for yourself all the answers that you would like to get from your studying. And then when you read on the other side, you could write down all of the answers, just very brief in bullet points. So then when you're reviewing that information and trying to recall, you can again look only at the questions and try to answer it, and then just flip the card to see how much of that you actually know, and what you don't know, highlight it for yourself and review again. So it's a very efficient and easy way of studying. And this way, you don't actually need to reread information again, and again. You only set simple intentions, simple questions that you need to answer. You answer them for yourself, and you only review that for yourself. Now, if you'd like to know some more strategies of how we can learn, how we can enhance our productivity, creativity, boost our mental performance, how we can work more efficiently with the material, how we can find different ways of reading, speed reading, and also including photo reading, then there is a Mindboost course that I'm running. So there is a link for you so you can have a look to see full information on it. The course is that so much more than just learning how to read and learn from materials. It's more about goal setting and learning how to thrive with challenges. And nowadays, in a modern world, when we are bombarded with all the information, with all pressures and demands, trying to balance our personal life and working environment, it's this course that can give you again a bit of that control back into your hands, so you can achieve your goals, be more productive, more efficient, know exactly where you're heading, have that motivation to keep you going to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, have the resilience to reduce your stress and just thrive with everything that's been given to you. So just to summarize everything that we've learned, so you would always start by setting your goals and intentions. Just by having right intentions, your subconscious mind as well will be much more likely to help you and to cooperate with you, because it has that clear goal of what it is exactly that you want to achieve, rather than just reading for the sake of reading and looking for the information that we don't know for what purpose is it going to serve us. Then getting into that physical and positive mental state. So relaxed physical body, relaxed jaw, just very comfortable physical state. And also positive mentality of what it is that you're about to do and why is it important, and really believing that yes, I can do it, I want to do it. Those are the good reasons for that. And then you know strategies of how exactly to get there. Next is choosing what it is that you read. Don't just read for sake of reading. Really be judgmental about what it is that you want out of the information and only choose what you need. There is no need to put all of the information in our brain that doesn't serve your purpose and just overload our brain, because simply our memory only has limited capacity for that short period of time. And it's important that we choose wisely what it is that we focus our attention on. Then you're choosing how you want to read and learn. So that those different strategies, of course, you would read as a slow bookworm if you're reading poetry or just enjoyable novel. But you don't have to use the same strategy if you are studying. So there are different approaches of different speed reading techniques and photo reading as well that you can use very efficiently to enhance your memory and enhance the way you take in information, and then you're able to recall after that and use it. Remember to take notes and not just copy, but really make the meaning out of them. See how it fits into the things that you know. And then to make sure that it fits into your long-term memory, practice that active recall. Question yourself. See how things fit, what it is that you already know and what you don't. And then it builds that confidence that you can learn and brings your attention to those very small things that you still need to focus on. And remember to review at the different times, after 1 hour, after 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and maybe again after 3, 6 months. And this way you will make sure that those memories will be put into your long-term memory. Now, a lot of our memory consolidation happens when we sleep. And from that perspective, it's very important what procedures we put in place of resting and studying, focus, diet, a lot of things that we can put in our daily lives to make sure that we look after that long-term brain health and we can ensure long-term memory for ourselves. And that is going to be topic for tomorrow. So if you would like to learn more about how to improve your sleep, what diet is best for your brain, and how to make sure that we keep our memory active working and our brain as healthy as possible for a long years to come, then join me tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye there.